I did it. I actually did it. I got the Platinum Trophy for Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. If you haven't attempted to get this Platinum Trophy, or achieved it by now, you have no idea of the suffering I've been through. Um, this is gonna be a review of the Platinum Trophy process. I'll put some gameplay here on the screen now and then and show off the trophies that I actually have them. Um, but yeah, as you can see, I'm just tired, and getting this Platinum Trophy didn't give me the satisfaction I was really hoping for. So let's talk about it. My first playthrough of this game, it's one of those games I just wish I could experience for the first time again. This game is phenomenal. It's Game of the Year tier phenomenal. The music is great, world is immersive, characters are very, very well written, and there's a deep emotional narrative here. And this game made me cry more than once, so it's really good. And I had just platinumed Final Fantasy VII Remake last year, and in many ways this was easier, but in many ways this was way more harder, and this took longer than Remake. So what I tried to do, I went blind into this, played this game on normal. I tried to do everything, every side quest, every objective on the map. I went for it, all the minigames. And there's actually quite a lot of them. So what I was working for after finishing off my first playthrough, I started looking into the trophies because I couldn't be spoiled anymore at this point since I had finished this. This video, I won't be talking too much about the story, but if there are any spoilers here, you've been warned now, because there might be something you might consider to be a spoiler. So what I was actually working for after my first playthrough is the 7-star hotel trophy, which requires you to bring 88 items to Johnny's treasure trove in Costa del Sol. You acquire these collectibles, these items, from various actions, various minigames, and some of them you purchase in exchange for gold points at the gold saucer. Most of them were relatively easy to get. Most of them were based on doing minigames and doing them on hard mode too. There were minigames I actually enjoyed a lot, like Queen's Blood. Enjoyed it quite a bit actually. The Chocobo racing was amazing. But the ones that really killed me on the inside were Fort Condor, Cactor Crush, Gears and Gambit, Glide the Chocobo bullshit, and the 3D Brawler. And I didn't know about the pause glitch you can do at the 3D Brawler. I didn't use it because I wasn't aware of it, so I actually got good and did it just with pure skill, learned the moveset, even though it was super frustrating. During my first playthrough, as I mentioned, I did all of the world intel stuff that needs to be done. And the trophies just kinda kept popping. After my first playthrough, I started to clean up. I acquired all the weapon skills. I did all of the Colosseum fights at the Gold Saucer, and I just grinded to level up my materia. Then I kinda just jumped into the hard mode. And I actually thought that this hard mode was easier than Remake. Um, my first real road bump was the boss fight in Chapter 8. Then, at one point, at the Colosseum again, you fight Rufus Shinra. And he gave me 3 hours worth of hard time. Let's put it that way. And eventually I did beat him, but I kinda had to use my own imagination on how to beat him, because I really didn't want to use guides up until this point, and I didn't. Chapter 13 was the one I was actually most scared of, but it was actually pretty easy. It was very, very smooth sailing from start to finish, and the only boss that gave me a hard time was the last one, the Demon Gate, and I hate to admit, but I died to the Demon Gate for about 10 times. Right at the end. Chapter 14 was just a boss gauntlet. And this is where guides really came in handy, and I started looking up strategies, which materia I should put to which character slots. And it was alright. The last boss in chapter 14 was the hardest one. I think you know which boss I'm talking about. Silver hair, long sword, one wing. But in the end, I got the trophy for beating this game again. Just on a harder difficulty. We did it! Holy shit. Completed chapter 14 on hard difficulty and of hardest stock. Oh my god. Shit, dude. So, what's missing? You might be wondering, why isn't he talking about the thing? During my first playthrough, the best way that I found to level up materia was by doing the Chadley's combat simulations. And this is where my frustration and where my personal hell began with this game. So the last item missing from Johnny's treasure trove can only be acquired by completing the brutal and the legendary challenges in the simulator. The brutal challenges were alright for the most part. But then we get to Rulers of the Outer World, the last brutal challenge. And this challenge kicked me in the nuts. This took me about 3 hours to get through. And after all the pain I endured, it was time for the legendary challenges. They were mostly only solo fights, where you do 5 rounds against, random enemies. They're not really bosses or anything. Took me about 3 attempts to do one of them, and the Kate Sith one and the Tifa challenge, both of them I did on my first attempt. But here comes the part where I can't take full credit of my work, since this is the point where I actually started looking up guides on YouTube to see how to actually move properly during these fights. And yeah, I can live with myself for turning into guides in the moment of need, because I still have to master the combat and the gameplay myself. Nobody is doing anything for me. So I want to give a shout out to OptiNoob and Akhafazu. I hope I said your name right. for providing great tips and strategies. I'll put a link down below to their channel, so go support them. They're doing amazing work. So the legendary challenges were pretty easy, the solo fights. And then we only had 2 more challenges to do. Bonds of Friendship and to be a hero. And I got quite arrogant after doing the solo bouts, since I actually convinced myself that this is easy. Wrong! Bonds of Friendship kicked me in the nuts even harder than Rulers of the Outer Worlds. And it kicked me in the nuts so hard that I can never have children to call my own. In this challenge you play as Cloud and Zack. 10 rounds of pure torture and agony. The last one is what makes this entire challenge such a pain in the ass. Is Odin. Every time I made it all the way to round 10, only to be sent into my early grave by Papa Odin himself. And it took me 9 hours in total to complete this challenge. Vittu! How can I fuck this up so bad? Every time I made it all the way to Odin, and it was almost immediately. During my final attempt, I actually made his health disappear. He had like no fucking health left, and he does his insta-kill move, where he goes on the mountain and slices and dices you. Does 9,999 damage. Fuck, I got mixed on words here, but hey, eventually I did it. I persevered, and I kicked Papa Odin's horse in the back and Papa Odin on the head.
Keep it together.
Oh!
No time to celebrate.
Kattokaa mun kättä! Look at my fucking hand! Woo! It's like fucking 12:30 in the morning. I mean midnight. Holy shit, we did it. One more to go and the platinum is ours. So the last one is to be a hero, and in this challenge you control Cloud and Sephiroth, and when it comes to Cloud, I basically just did the same build as I did in Bonds of Friendship. But the funniest thing is, I completed this on my 3rd attempt. Yeah. On the first one I made it all the way to King Zoo, the bird that does the firestorm, which is actually wind for some reason. I just made a hasty decision, and that's why I died. Bahamut is child's play. But on the 3rd attempt I made it finally to Odin. And I beat him on my 1st attempt during To Be a Hero. We did it! Virtually renowned! Holy fuck! Holy fuck! As you could see on the clip, I was just amazed that I had actually mastered this game. So the last thing I needed to do was to inform Johnny at his hotel that I had delivered everything to his treasure trove. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. That means we only have one more thing left to do. And that's to bring the final item to Johnny's treasure trove, which we obtained doing this.
Thanks to all your hard work, bro. I'm proud to announce our collection is finally complete. Thank you so much, bro, for everything. Thank you so much, bro, for everything.
7-star hotel. And that means the planet's hope.
Don't think I want to share.
We fucking did it. Okay, we really gotta see what's in this chest because this unlocks after delivering every item. Let's see what we get. A page of sheet music. Dude, you're a scumbag. All that hard work and I just get a page of sheet music. When I think about everything I had to go through to get this, I really don't think it was worth it. This game is a masterpiece, and if it's gonna be a contender for Game of the Year at the Game Awards later this year, this is the game I will be voting for. The game itself is just fantastic and probably in my top 5, one of the best games I've ever played and the best Final Fantasy game I've ever played. The platinum is kinda what made me have a love-hate relationship with this game, if you know what I mean. This took me twice the time it took me, I'm sorry, over twice the time than it did to complete Final Fantasy VII Remake. This took me 163 hours to platinum. The grind for the platinum is just more than it really needs to be, and it's just kinda all over the place. But I can't stop something once I've started to reach for something. I really need to finish what I've started, you know? And this is my platinum trophy number 43. And the next one won't be any easier. I'm trying to complete GTA 5. And I've gotten the story pretty much done. I have the 100% there, but I still need to do the online stuff. So if you're interested in seeing me go through all that, please check me out on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/HellenSebastian. I'll put the link down in the description below. And if you can relate to this video, please hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. If I reach 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1,000 followers on Twitch by the end of this year, 2024, I'll attempt to complete, yes, to get the platinum trophy for Super Meat Boy. That's gonna be fun. See you in the next video.